violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Hospital leaders, gun violence is the leading cause of death for children.
So there you have it. Again, we hear this daunting statistic. Gun violence is the leading cause for children. And who do you think are the majority of victims of this said gun violence? Guys, you have to understand that this statistic, this data that we are analyzing is all encompassing, meaning it's including everybody, okay, including all demographics. But the majority of those demographics who are being taken out by these weapons, okay, these inanimate objects, happen to be from the community, okay? So this statistic kind of throws people off, because I was actually on Chaotic Truth's panel, and you know, he's saying gun violence is the leading cause of youth and whatnot, and that's true, but it's really the leading cause of black youth. Okay, I'm sure if we separated it by demographic, it would not be the leading cause, but because there are so many young black men and women who are being deleted, we are just padding the stats. Okay, so you have to understand how to interpret the data in order to make a logical conclusion, because a lot of people say, oh, well, it's everybody getting shot up. No, ma'am. Not at all. And that's what we had to debunk on that Chaotic Truth panel, which, you know, I'm uploading currently.
And tonight, healthcare executives say they're pledging to use their power to issue a call to end violence.
Action News 5 Stephanie Douglas spoke with a Baptist Memorial Hospital official about why they're speaking out. Stephanie.
Well, check this out. In the New York Times just this past week, Jason Little, CEO of Baptist Memorial, joined nearly 50 other hospital CEOs in signing a pledge to curb gun-related deaths. But what resources will hospital leaders use to tackle the issue?
One innocent life that is taken. It is a public health emergency.
Executives at Baptist Memorial Hospital are speaking out to address another epidemic leading to deaths among children, gun violence.
It's no longer seatbelts in cars. It's no longer things that can be looked at like secondhand smoke in restaurants. We're looking at something now that people are actually using guns, whether accidental death or intentional.
Keith Norman, Baptist Memorial Vice President, says this is the first time the hospital participated in the National Healthcare CEOs Council annual pledge to prevent gun violence. As the Bluff City ranks as the most dangerous city in America, Baptist Memorial Hospital.
You heard that, guys? I mean, we are dealing with an unprecedented force coming out of the community. Something that, you know, I don't think we're truly prepared for. We're not prepared to handle this issue. We're not prepared to address it. Hell, we're not even prepared to acknowledge it. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Leaders say they will use their power, voices, and resources to curb what they say is an epidemic in the community.
Also encourage proper legislation in spaces where there's an opportunity to move things in the right direction based on research.
According to research this year, Lebonish Children's Hospital has already treated more than 22 patients for gunshot wounds and a total of 149 last year. Data Keith Norman believes creates a public health emergency.
I would want something done about it. Well, I think every parent has that right to cry out to the rest of us and say, join me in this, because it may not be your child, but it's my child. Collectively, it's our child. So I do think it's an emergency now.
Now, in addition to nearly the 50 other CEOs across the country who signed the pledge this week, the council plans to double that number next year. Reporting live in studio, Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pop.
Y'all tell me what they say.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
County Sheriff's Office is working tonight to find out if recent crime in the Lakeland area could be connected to a deadly shooting this weekend. WRG investigator Jessica Gertler has more on the community's growing concern.
A quiet cove tucked away in a Lakeland neighborhood. Quiet until this weekend. Yellow tape.
They coming out to the suburbs, y'all. I mean, this is getting scary. And this is what Memphis has to offer. Okay? And a lot of people in Memphis are silent about this. Truly. They're not speaking up. They're trying to cover it.
Blocked Breezy Shore. Detectives say a woman was found shot to death Saturday morning just after 6. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office has since released her identity, Erin Last. She was 54 years old. Neighbors wouldn't talk to us about what happened, only one telling us off camera this is uncommon and unnerving, especially since there's been reports of other recent crime nearby. The sheriff's office stated on Twitter they are looking for multiple suspects responsible for a rash of thefts from motor vehicles and a carjacking. We asked if the same suspects could be connected to the fatal shooting, a spokesperson telling us we're still investigating and will determine if they're related. No motive has been released in the deadly shooting. No arrests have been made.
Recently, it's been a lot of car thefts, a lot of shootings.
The uncertainty, the chatter, overwhelming for those in the area.
It is out of control. It is.
This woman tells us she's remaining vigilant everywhere she goes.
I try to look around and be very...
And that's sad that you have to look over your shoulder everywhere you go. It's like you're a hostage in your own city. You have freedom, but do you really? When there are predators all over the place. Doesn't make sense.
Very observant of my surroundings to try to stay safe.
Detectives are asking for the public's help, asking that they call Crime Stoppers with any information and check their cameras to see if they captured anything suspicious.
And we're working to get more information about these other crimes. We've reached out to victims. We'll keep you posted. Jessica Gertler, WREG, News Channel 3.
Now, speaking of that camera footage, you can upload video footage to the sheriff's office anonymously. We put more information on how to do that on our website. Just click on this story.
Are in the Shelby County Jail tonight, arrested and accused for a home invasion and carjacking last month in Lakeland. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office said Demarquarius Smith and
Kevin Hicks. What a name. Okay? I mean, like I said before, it starts at home. I'm not saying that a Demarquarius can't be successful, but the name pushes him back centuries at this point. Okay, it just comes. It starts at home. It comes down to the little things, man, even the naming of your children. I'm not saying you have to give them like super proper names, but I mean, Aquarius, come on.
Kevin Hicks faced several charges, including especially aggravated kidnapping and aggravated robbery for the January 14th crime. Both men were arrested in recent days and are scheduled to appear in court Monday morning.
Right now, a breaking news update for you on a story we first brought you online. 2 men have now been indicted in the murder of a Lakeland woman. 23-year-old Kevin Nix and 24-year-old Aquarius Smith are charged with first-degree murder and especially aggravated burglary. Now, back in January, 54-year-old Erin Last was found shot to death on her home on
They deleted a 54-year-old woman, y'all. You cannot make this up. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Breezy Shore Cove. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office says the 2 were arrested more than 2 weeks ago for a separate home invasion and attempted carjacking the same day in Lakeland. Coming up on the news at 5, why some are concerned the suspects will be back out on the street soon.
So you heard what the news commentator said. He said people are concerned that the suspects might be back on the street very soon, very likely with this criminal justice reform movement that has been passed, bail reform, all that kind of stuff. It's really wild because people have to be concerned for their safety because the criminal justice system is pretty much giving these super gremlins a slap on the wrist. Now let's cover the Morant situation. Okay, so Morant has been making headlines. He is a multimillionaire. He's got a contract for $250 million, but he's still on Instagram Live trying to act gangsta, trying to act like a thug. As I will play the video, you see him, and I can't play the music because it's copywritten, but he shows a weapon. He shows a weapon in this video, which, I respect the right to bear arms, but in this context, in this manner, it is buffoonery. It's foolishness. Why, as a multimillionaire, are you throwing up gang signs, holding up firearms? I mean, this guy is asking for trouble. He's already been in trouble with the NBA. I think for this incident, he was suspended. 2 games. But this just goes to show the hood indoctrination, the ratchet indoctrination, the allure of being a thug in the community. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Look, he raises the firearm here, boom, and it's coming down. And then he drops it. Very irresponsible for a current NBA player. I mean, I have no excuses for him. And if he doesn't get his act together, his life is going to, life as he knows it is going to come to an abrupt stop. All right. So let's see. Let me read some of these comments. Ja, the first active NBA player trying to make it out the NBA to the hood. Start learning some Chinese, buddy. I guess they're saying he's going to be in the Chinese league if he keeps whatever. They say NBA Ja Morant never balling again. He on a mission to crash out. Yes, that Lil A-word gun. He going to F around and end up like Latrell Sprewell. This comment section might be too young to even know who that is, okay? And I'm sure you guys can educate us on who that is in the comments. I don't have time to look into it. NBA players want to be rappers and rappers want to be NBA players. Yeah, that's a good point. Ja, you on, my boy. Every dude from the hood either wants to rap or go to the league to get out of the hood. This man clearly was never from the hood. So there you have it. Even the community is calling him on his BS, which we usually don't see. We usually see them condoning this message, but I think in his particular case, I mean, honestly, he is technically an elite black man, all right? He's top 1%, but He's not acting like it. He's not acting with class. He's not acting with grace. He's not acting as a professional. And, you know, it's going to cause him trouble. He's already showed signs that he is a super athletic gremlin on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.